Good morning, fourth grade. It's Thursday, April 30th, last day of April. I wanted to point out to you these lovely cards behind me. I just wanted to thank those of you. Some of you have sent me some nice letters and cards, and I really appreciate it. And I hung them up so that when I miss you, they'll cheer me up. All right, so assignments for today and for the rest of this week. Remember, Friday's the day that you can use to catch up and do the extra math and do the honors art classes. So I won't be doing a video tomorrow morning. Mrs. Marr also wanted me to mention that we would like more people to participate in the dance for the drama. And it could be anybody. It's more like if you kind of think of when you were in Mrs. Joe's choir in second and third grade, it's that kind of dance. So there's a video on Pearl's YouTube that says Honors Dance. You can also get it from GradeLink on Mrs. Moore's Encore page. And you just video yourself doing the routine that Mrs. Joe shows and then send it in, and they'll use you because we want a lot of people to be in it for that part of the drama production. Okay? All right, assignments for today. So you're going to finish reading The Indian in the Cupboard. We're in chapter 16. It's the last chapter. When you're done, I want you to go to Google Classroom, and there's just a short writing prompt for you to answer about your thoughts about the end of the story. Okay, so read first and then do that on Google Classroom, please. Finish before we go to Zoom, before we come to Zoom at 11:30, so we can talk about it without ruining the end of the book for you. Okay, math, we're going to do the Check My Progress, pages 837 and 838, and we'll do those together in Zoom. For science, there is an activity for you on Google Classroom as well. So we're learning about our senses, but not just what are the five senses, because you learned that when you were little, but kind of how we process the senses, how our brain processes them, how we react to the information that our brain processes through our senses. So you have a little form to fill out on Google Classroom. It's going to ask you about things you see, things you smell, hear, taste, feel. The one thing you're going to need when you do it is something that you can taste. So maybe when you're going to have a snack, do that activity, and you'll be able to fill that out. Okay, so Google Classroom, it's called Using Our Senses. Okay, for writing, you don't have a new writing assignment today, but on Tuesday, I assigned you to write a story on paper about the perfect day with no quarantine, what you would do. You're going to bring that to Zoom at 11:30. So you need to have that with you. Please do that before you come. It needs to be at least half a page to a page written on paper. And handwriting lesson 20, day 4, the verse. So rip it out and then put it in your envelope. If you forgot to do a few of the other ones, feel free to turn in a couple at a time so you can get all caught up on that. That's it. So for your envelope for this week, you need to turn in 2 reading handouts. Stop and Jot from the other day and the character report card from yesterday. The science for this week on paper, there's just one, Generation Genius, brain processing of senses. And then you had the World War II crossword puzzle. So those are the papers that need to be in your envelope plus the handwriting. Okay, and then if you were missing any assignments from before, especially the poem, the Diamante poem, and the cupboard, if you forgot to turn those in, please get those in next week. Okay, all right, points for today. Actually from the other day. So Tuesday's freckle math, only Mackenzie did 10 minutes or longer. And she also had the highest accuracy and most problems correct. So she got 3 points for her group. For rocket math, yesterday, a lot of people passed levels again. So keep it up. Mackenzie 2, Morgan 1, Thomas 1, Nathan 1, Michael 2, Adam 1, and Travis 1. Great job. So Steinbeck is still in the lead. Chavez is in second, Disney third, Mayer fourth. Remember, you can also get points by guessing my lies, my 2 truths and a lie, and giving me yours to guess on. I have not been very successful. So if you give me yours and I guess wrong, then you get a point, and I like finding new things out about you. So today, my 3 are all stories about getting lost. All right, so you know that when you go to Rio, there's a lot of trips and things. So I've been a lot of places, and I've gotten lost several times. Okay, so my first story takes place in Venice, Italy. I was in Italy with some friends on the trip, but with some friends. We were on our own that day, and I was in college, so that's why. And we got on a ferry. If you know, Venice is all waterways. So we got on a ferry going the wrong direction, and we ended up in these canals. We didn't know where we were. We were all over the place. And when we were trying to ask people to help us, nobody could speak English. So we were lost for quite a while. But don't worry, we got found. Second story, also on the trip in New York City. Again, different kind of transportation. The subways in New York City are underground, so it's hard to know where you are, and we're not used to that here. And I was with a group, and we were supposed to meet at the end for dinner, and we got turned around. We ended up the wrong way in the totally different part of the city, and we missed dinner by the time we got found. But don't worry, we got found. My last story was hiking again for Rio when I was in high school. We decided to hike from Wrightwood, which is near Mount Care, all the way to Arcadia. It takes 3 days. And the first day I got separated from the group, my own fault, by the way, so not my leader's fault. But I ended up lost for like hours. I was on the trail, so I wasn't totally lost, but I was scared, and it got dark, and they almost called search and rescue to look for me. It was quite epic, but don't worry, I got found. So those are my 3 stories. You got Italy, New York, or hiking in the mountains. Good luck. This will be my last Two Truths and a Lie for the week, since I will not be doing a video tomorrow morning. Tomorrow on, say, the afternoon video, I will tell you the truth of all my stories. So you have until then to guess. You can always go back and guess on the previous days as well. All right, I will see you at 11:30 on Zoom. Have a good morning.